What up, y'all? So it wasn't too long ago that I did my OnePlus Pad video where I basically was talking about how much I've gained respect for Android tablets. Fast forward to now, and what was once just respect has grown into an outright infatuation, and that's because of the Samsung Tab S8 Ultra. Not only that though, with the anticipation of the Tab S9 Ultra, it's kind of got me thinking about a lot of different things to do with the setup. I'm starting to, kind of tinker around with different things. What you're getting on this experience is next level to me, and I kind of want to talk about that in this video. Now, it ain't all peaches and cream as it pertains to the Samsung Tab S8 Ultra, but we're gonna talk about the good and the bad. Trust me though, it's a lot of good. So let's go ahead and get into it. What's good, y'all? It's your man Wayne Train, and we are back with another joint. Samsung Tab S8 Ultra. Let's go ahead and get it. Like I said, I want to get these cons up out the way. There's not too many of them anyway, so let's go ahead and get into it. The biggest problem that I've had with my Tab S8 Ultra honestly has to be the performance. Now, I know it has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. That's cool and all, but just like the name says, it is a Gen 1, and honestly, when it's put next to like the likes of the Dimensity 9000, it kind of puts it to shame. Now, being straight up, I wasn't putting it through its paces. I didn't throw like the kitchen sink at it. I was just playing some of my favorite games and doing some of my normal tasks. Like I told you guys, I recently started playing some more RuneScape like I used to do back in the day. And it's not that the Tab S8 Ultra couldn't handle the game. It handled it just fine. Matter of fact, it's definitely playable if you ask me. The only thing is when it's next to the Dimensity 9000 and the OnePlus Pad, it just lagged a little bit more. There were times where I was moving around and navigating where, it would stutter a little bit. It would quickly kind of get back to, its paces or whatever, but just a few little frame drops here and there. Even with a game like this, it's not like highly graphically intensive or anything like that. But that just kind of tells me that if it can't really handle a game like this where the graphics aren't crazy, imagine what it's going to be like on something a little bit more demanding. And not to say that the OnePlus Pad could handle those games any better. The way it performed with RuneScape was promising. And I want to reiterate, please don't get me wrong, the 8 Gen 1 is a solid processor. It does everything just fine. It handles everything that I love about this tablet beautifully. Just that one little area. Gaming is really hard for a lot of things, so that's just kind of the way it goes. Now, like I said, there really isn't much to dislike about this tablet. The performance in that very specific scenario was really all I had, but I do have a few petty gripes, so let's go ahead and talk about those. The S Pen magnet strength. So if you use like an iPad Pro or maybe even the OnePlus Pad, most of these tablets have now have the feature where they magnetize to the back or the top, and they're able to charge. So when you do that on the Tab S8 Ultra, it's not that it doesn't, do the job. It just, I cannot really trust this to stay. With any movement, I think it will fall off. Like, I'm not really putting a lot of effort into this. It's just picking it up, and it's coming right off. Luckily, they have a case that we'll talk about here in a second that will protect that, so it's not really a big issue for me, but still a petty gripe that I gotta mention. Next, let's talk about them speakers. Now, the speakers are good, trust me. 4 big speakers, AKG tuned or whatever, all that's marketing, but it is what it is. It sounds good, honestly they do. The problem is I got the OnePlus Pad. The OnePlus Pad speakers are just so good, honestly. Like, they're probably some of the best speakers that I've heard on really any tablet. Even though I haven't done that comparison, really, I was gonna say the iPad Pro, but I might even go out on the limb and just say they're better than the iPad Pro speakers too. that's top of the line for me. If Samsung can implement something similar to what OnePlus did with their speakers, they would be killing it. And honestly, that's something I think they should invest in. Got to give users the best multimedia experience that you can. Lastly is the keyboard. Now, it's one of my favorite things about it, but it's also an annoyance. And it's because of the form factor. The form factor is okay, you once it's on a table, it does the job. But the problem is we want to take it elsewhere because of the fact that there's not actually, there's no ability to keep the display upright when in use. It kind of depends on being laid on a table. I get it, it's not really meant to do, something like that, but I do got a suggestion for y'all, Samsung. And we're probably gonna save that, for the last part of the video, because honestly, I think it's a suggestion. I think that it's honestly worth, if you know what I mean. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to give it away. We'll talk about it later. Before we completely move on from the case, like I mentioned before, if you can see, there's a little cover right there that covers up the S Pen for protection. So I like that though. All right, now let's go ahead and get on to the love fest, man. I gotta show this thing some love because the experience has truly been enlightening for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Now, like I said, the OnePlus Pad got me on this whole tablet kick. Like, I love Android tablets now because of the OnePlus Pad. But the Tab S8 Ultra has definitely been a continuation of that. This experience is just crazy to me. And the number one reason for me for that is this 14.6-inch display. Now, a lot of you may know I like compact stuff. I like compact phones. Show you guys this one. I like compact tablets. This is the iPad Pro 11-inch. Real small, you can carry this anywhere, take it anywhere with you real quick. I like that. I love that aspect of this tablet, but you gotta have a big boy in the lineup, and that's where the Samsung Tab S8 Ultra comes in. It's an OLED panel. It's 120 hertz. It's got that Andre 3K display, cause my baby don't mess around. Yeah, y'all like that. I know y'all like. Come on. Listen, man, this thing, the display, it was something that I remember like way back. Like I seen this when this first was announced last year. I remember going to a Best Buy. I went in, seen that joint on display, and I was just like, yo, I'm very surprised knowing myself that I didn't walk out with it. I should have walked out with it back then. I could have had this experience this entire time. But you know what they say, better late than never. But I'm a little mad that I missed out an entire year of using this. Like, this could have been something like crazy for me. It actually probably could have saved me some money, honestly. Now, aside from the display, another one of my favorite things about this thing is the S Pen. Now, we already know what the S Pen experience is like on the Samsung phone devices, like the S23 Ultra and all those, the Notes of the past. Great experience, we love it. But they kind of take it to the next level when it comes to the tablets. It's a little bit bigger of a pen, obviously, to match the display size. You're working with a bigger canvas, so you need a bigger pen. But it carries the same features. So everything that you know and love from your S Pen for your phone, you got that over here on the tablet. And for me, like with a lot of devices, these things are just so feature rich and feature packed. I don't get a chance to use every single thing. But for me, the way I use my S Pen is, I like, once again, bringing it back to RuneScape. Since I've been playing that, I've noticed that I actually like using the pen a little bit more, navigating around, clicking on my different items, going in my different sections, check the stats, want to click on this, section of the UI, click on the map. The pen actually makes a lot more sense than using a mouse. Like, the mouse is very useful because there's still right-click functions that need to be used in the game, but you can even do that a little bit with the pen by pressing and holding. Now, I've noticed that there's a little bit of issue there. That might be more so in the game than the pen itself, but the times where I was able to get that to work, it was great. And I'm like, yo, if I can get like an update or something, like I don't know, like it's being very picky, but if that functionality can actually transfer over to this game, Man, like that's crazy. Like just to game with a pen. I like that. That's one of my favorite things. The other thing that I like to do with my S Pen is basically just use the Bluetooth features to be able to swipe my next tracks if I'm playing music. You got your tablet, so you got it hooked up to some speakers. Just carry your pen in your pocket. Whenever you walk by, bow. Swipe right, swipe to the right, bow. Swipe to the left. You know, you can swipe up for the volume up, swipe down for the volume down. Like it's so crazy. I love it. Now I did not expect this. I did not expect to like this as much as I did, but we got to talk about Samsung DeX. Samsung DeX, woo! Not DeX in the way that we know it, like casting it to a display and doing it wirelessly from, you know, something else. So when I first got the tablet, I had to go and watch some more videos to kind of get, you know, used to it, figure out some new features and stuff. And in this video that I watched, I wish I remember the creator's name, but I don't. They showed that you can actually use this DeX. You can not the DeX, but you can use the Tab S8 Ultra as a DeX display because it's kind of embedded into the software. So you go in and enter DeX mode, like, and it basically turns this thing into a laptop, like just straight up. It's a laptop now. Like I don't care what nobody says. It's a straight up laptop. I'm like, yo, that's a game changer. Like it's so dope. Because now what you're gonna be getting is full scalable windows, very similar to what you're gonna get on your desktop, laptop setups. You're gonna get a fully functional taskbar to where like if you open up an app, minimize it, it goes down to the taskbar, just like you're doing your normal, you know, computers. You're gonna get that full computer feel, like that full laptop feel from the way this is just even set up. Like it's insane to me. Like I love it. It's honestly just the perfect blend between a standard tablet and a laptop. When you want that tablet functionality, you got it. You can easily exit the DeX mode and go right back to, you know, a more basic, easy to use UI. But anyway, it's your man Wayne Train. Let me know what y'all think about this. Join the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Android tablets as a whole. Are you guys looking forward to the Tab S9 Ultra coming up? Let me know down below. It's your man Wayne Train. We out.